Hey everybody, this week we are doing a feature over on my Facebook page which is all about utilising the food that you currently have. So whether that be in your store cupboard or whether it is in your freezer. This week we're concentrating on our freezers because we're moving into that autumn time of the year where food tends to change. It tends to be bigger, it tends to be heartier, more filling, more warming. And like most people, including myself, I have quite a lot of food in my freezer that doesn't fit into that category. So it's been a huge push this week of using that food and just creating very, very simple meals from it. And that's what we've been focusing on. So what I thought I would do is expand that a little bit further and go through some of the things that I do every week before I go shopping. But this week, making it even more sort of active and special because I'm going to use everything in my freezer again to create the meal plan, which is what I did last week. And it's made such a difference to the cost of my shopping. Obviously, there's sort of like 14 weeks to Christmas. So saving money where you can becomes really, really important. And my shopping bill last week all revolved around fresh fruit, veg, milk, and a packet of biscuits. I think there was literally that sort of low volume kind of things on it. I think it was about £30 odd. Now my shopping bills are usually anywhere between £60 and £80 a week, and that's for two of us, which is scandalous. And what is happening is I am buying food that really I don't need because there's food already in the freezer. So I'm making a conscious effort to clear down my freezers ahead of wanting to restock it with more autumnal foods. So I'm going to take you with me for the day and I'm going to go through some of the things that I do that sort of trigger this process and make me sort of stick to a plan and try and save money. This is my starting point. This is a whiteboard on the back of one of my cupboard doors. It's a system we've used for ages. It used to be on our fridge door when we lived in the flat, but it won't go on our fridge door, so it goes in the back of a cupboard, but it doesn't matter. We used it when the kids were little and before all online supermarket shopping was available and then bringing it to your door. So it was kind of seeing them every other weekend and trying to remember what they wanted. We devised this method of write it on and, we'll make sure it's there for you. But Graham and I still use it because we can't remember anything. It's just a case of when you use the last of something or you need something, make sure it's on the board. And then what happens is that gets transferred over onto a shopping list to make sure that we get everything we need. But what I've done this time is I've started with my meal planner. I have a freezer outside, so I've already checked that. So I've created my meal plan here. And from the meal plan, I will check that, I have enough of what I need to get the meal done. And the one that is giving me the grief at the moment is the Sunday dinner. So for Sunday dinner, I need to, on here, I've got a cheap roasting joint for Sunday because I haven't got one. I need some turnip, I need some parsnips and some greens. So again, it's usually this that drives the shopping list for me. But this time I'm making sure that I've checked both freezers before I start that shopping list because I know I've got lamb in the freezer outside, I've got chicken in the freezer outside, I've got chilli, I've got Weight Watchers wraps, and I'm sure I can come up with something there. I've even got shepherd's pie filling. So most of that is already in the freezer outside. So I'm going to make sure I utilise it this week. Just very quickly, my freezer inside I hate this freezer, it over freezes all the time, and to be quite honest, I don't think it's got much life left in it anyway. Frozen fruit this time of year is a must for me because I just think fruit goes off too quickly. But in my top drawer, I have sort of all my frozen veggies. As you know, I always freeze chilies because they go off quickly if you're not careful, and frozen chilies in things like curries this time of year work perfectly well in the slow cooker as well, so I keep them in there. And coriander, never let coriander go to waste, just pop it in a zip bag. Again, works perfectly well in curries and soups this time of year, works from frozen. And as you know, I always keep my ginger in the freezer because it's expensive ginger, and you don't use it all the time. Excuse that, that's my bloody freezer bleeping. But again, always keep that in my freezer. So again, I've got lots and lots of frozen sort of veggies in there, and that's okay. So I'm all right with that. Then I come to the meat drawer. Always keep a bag of pre-cooked chicken just for quick meals, easy stir fries, a quick sandwich, whatever. Sausages, God almighty, must have millions of them things. Fish fingers, and this is how things get missed. This should be in the freezer outside, but it's not. It's in this one, and I'm not really sure why. It doesn't matter anyway, but I found it now. And this is from last year, and it's a shepherd's pie base. So again, I need to get that out and use that. So it'll be perfectly fine, but it's something that really does need to come out of the freezer. And these are potato skins, which I've got in mind for another food project, but I'm not doing that just yet. So that's basically my indoor freezer. And as I say, I've looked at both of my freezers, and this is the plan for the week ahead. I'm going shopping to Asda tomorrow, and once I've been shopping, I'll show you what I've bought, and I will also show you how much it's all cost. Okay, so here we are in Asda, and I have my shopping list, which I am obviously sticking to and cracking through. This is the range of rice here that I tend to use the most of. I find their rice is really good, and the lime and coriander one is really, really good. And as you can see, 75 pence. Chip shop curry 59, and egg fried rice 59. So they've got lots and lots and lots of different variations in these rice, and I've actually swapped over to the Asda brand of rices, which are these, and come away from Tilda. I know you can get these on offer for £1, but you know, on some of these easy ones you can get like 2 packets of rice for nearly the price of one. So if you're watching what money you spend, again, a great little tip there. So today I've got plenty of rices, but this is the one I don't have, so I've just bought a couple of those. Okay, there we are. Shopping list is done. There is one thing on there that I haven't been able to get, but I'm not too fussed about that. Time to make my way to the till and get out of here. Okay, so I am finally home and unpacked. This is the bill there. So as you can see, £72.76, and there's a quick rundown of everything that I bought. So there were some kind of non-essential things, to be honest. So tea lights, that time of the year, wax melts, yeah. These are Graham's treats, if you like, these biscuits and puddings. He's not feeling too great at the moment, so it's easier for me to just keep him happy and give him some of the things he likes, and they're his biscuits as well, so that's kind of him. Always use Sanex, and both of us now use the same deodorant, which is this one. This was a bit of a mistake because I bought a picture frame a few weeks ago and I bought the wrong size, so whilst I was there I bought the right size, paracetamol. And I'm going to start making my own fizzy orange because, as you know, I have a soda stream, and I'm going to try and use this to make fizzy orange. We'll see, fingers crossed. Domestos, well, that's usually really the only cleaner kind of thing that I use anyway. I try to keep everything a bit eco. Yes, we are that family that do not eat the same bread. Slimming World, non-Slimming World. Crazy, but that's just the way it is. That is the rice I bought, which was 75 pence. Bagels, I love bagels. These are the ones that are, if you're following Slimming World, healthy extra B. Black peppercorns, always have loads of these in. I just think black pepper has a much nicer taste, so we always go through lots and lots of them. Stock pots, these are Asda's cereal bars. These are the ones which are following Slimming World 2 are your healthy extra B. Mushrooms, this was the leg of lamb that I bought, which I will be doing for lunch, and that was nearly a kilo, £7.27. Always have a box of stir fry. I'll just leave that there. That was £7 something. So again, these things here, really, I could have shopped cheaper, but sometimes you've just got to have a little bit of what you fancy. We always go through loads of eggs, probably like everybody else. I've bought a chicken. I'm going to cook this over the weekend, so it's just £2.59, and I'm going to use it in lunches through the week. If you go onto my website, you will see there is a tab in there called 1 week of lunches, and you will see ideas of how I used cooked chicken throughout the week on lunches. Always just grab a bag of salad, and then really it's things like fruit, spring greens. I love these at the minute. This is the milk we use, which is the 1% fat. I bought 4 of them. Potatoes, I've said this a million times, I just buy the cheapest of the cheap. These are just bacon potatoes, 55 pence. And parsnips, which I love, pears, bananas. Again, these were more sort of for, yeah, toilet. These were on offer, 1.35, so I got 2 of them. I was going to buy a turnip, but this is already cut and diced for me, 35 pence, so I'll have that. Toilet roll, and this is the porridge. I never buy branded porridge oats, I just buy whatever the supermarket's unbranded oats are. So that was what £62 odd got me. So if I took out these 3 items here, you're looking at sort of what, 15, probably 16, 17 pound there as well. So again, I could have watched what I was buying, but yeah, I think I did well actually, because I really did stick to the list. The only things that weren't on the list was this here, which I decided to buy, and the tonics for Graham. But as I say, he's not feeling very well, so I just thought it was nice that, you know, he had something that would cheer him up. And that is it. That is the end of the video. I'm not really sure if it had helped anybody or whether it was interesting to everybody. But again, for me, it's all about cutting down the things that we are buying and making sure that I only buy essentials. However, there are some non-essentials in here this week, but that's going to happen every now and again, isn't it? I really could have actually, if I'd have, you know, really gone for it, this lot, I could have got this down to £40, no problem whatsoever. And maybe that's a task for another time. So that is the shopping, and what I'll do as always is over on my Facebook page, and I will do a midweek catch up on YouTube as well, and I will show you, you know, where I've used some of these things in the meals that I'm making for the week. One of the things that I am going to make out of the cooked chicken, once I cook it, is chicken and noodle soup. Perfect time for chicken and noodle soup as well. So that is on the plan, and that is on my meal plan again for this week. And that's it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It's not one of my usual ones, but if it helps anybody, then I'm happy. There you go. And thank you for watching. Bye.